varsity football matchup between the visiting Charlotte Tarpons and your Riverview Rams. This is the season finale for the regular season, so that means tonight it is senior night. We would like to welcome each and every one of you as we get ready to recognize some of our great senior athletes and some of our support staff here as well. We've got a jam-packed night here at the Ramble here at John Sprague Field, so without any further ado, let's get tonight's festivities underway. Greeting our seniors and their escorts at midfield will be Principal Aaron Hoyt, Assistant Principal Jay Lorenz, Athletic Director Rod Dragish, Head Cheer Coach Amy Muldoon, Assistant Head Coach Gerald Perry, and Head Coach Josh Smithers. First, we would like to acknowledge our 8 senior cheerleaders, led by Captain Carmela Swensky. She's being escorted by her parents, John and Michelle. Carmela leaves these words. She says, quote, "Try your hardest in everything," as she hopes to attend Auburn University to further her education in veterinary science. Our cheerleading co-captain is Karen Gonzalez. Karen is being escorted by her parents, Fabian and Adriana, and her brother, Mateo. She will be pursuing a degree in marketing and advertising. Her words of wisdom include, quote, "Enjoy every single moment because as cheesy as it sounds, time really does fly by." She will miss every single one of you and thanks you all for making this a memorable season. Next up will be Lexi Allen, escorted by her parents, Jill and Richard. Everything happens for a reason. Mistakes and obstacles you face during high school will only make you stronger. Lexi plans to attend UCF to study healthcare administration. Next up is Casey Berlin, being escorted by her parents, Kristen and Stephen. She's planning to attend a university and follow on to become a lawyer. She would like her teammates to always put as much effort as you can, and success will come to you. Next up is Grace Chung, escorted by her father, Phil. She is planning on continuing her studies in biology. She's not decided yet where she will be going, but she is happy to share, quote, "Don't stress about it, the little things, and just have fun." Next up, Amina Geneva is being escorted by her parents, Natalia and Tamor. Amina will be pursuing a career in political science. She shares life's twists and turns. May not always make sense, but trust that they're leading you to where you are meant to be. Next up is Maddie Thomas, being escorted by her parents, Marina and Steve. Her planned post-graduation includes studying nutrition and becoming a dietitian. Maddie shares, quote, "Be grateful for every game and practice. It goes by so fast." And next up will be Kelsey Trangayan, being escorted by her father, Trent, and her friend Eva and her cousin Vanessa. Kelsey plans to attend either FSU or USF in the fall. She would also like to share to embrace the opportunity that is placed in front of you. Thank you very much, ladies. It has been a pleasure having you support the team throughout the years. We wish you all the very best as you continue through the winter sports and into the future. Let's make some noise for our cheerleaders on our class of 2024. And now, for your senior Ram football players, we'd like to recognize our class of 2024. We'd like to begin our player recognition with number 1, Bradley Weller. He's joined by his mom, Jackie, and his brother, Brandon. He's undecided on where he is going to college at this point. Bradley will always remember beating Sarasota in the second round of the playoffs. And he recommends to the underclassmen to keep a strong mental focus. That's number 1, Bradley Weller. Next up is number 2, Jackson Wachowski. He's being escorted by his parents, Jeff and Melissa, and his sisters, Abby and Emily. His most memorable moments were with the Rams at midnight practice during the spring season. He encourages the underclassmen to take advantage of every moment. Every challenge you face, it is an opportunity to grow. Jackson plans to attend the University of Central Florida, where he will study engineering. That's number 2, Jackson Wachowski. Next up will be number 3, Anthony Campbell. Anthony is being escorted by his mom, Denise, and his dad, Amp, and his sister, Kiera, and nephew, Zane and Zane. Anthony will always remember the team lockdown last May, where they spent the night in school and practiced at midnight. He will continue on to college after graduation to study sports psychology and to play on the college level. His words of advice to the underclassmen are to have fun. It goes quickly. Create opportunities, and don't wait for them. That's number 3, Anthony Campbell. Next up is number 4, Olive Laventure, joined by his mom, Edith, and his brother, Andy. Olive will never forget when he first started playing football. He would like to continue on playing in college football, and his words of encouragement are, you need to give it your all because time flies fast. Number 4, Olive Laventure. Next up is number 5, Travis Smith Jr. TJ is being escorted this evening by his parents, Deanna and Coach Travis. His grandparents, Brenda Abbott, Cale, and Belle Smith. Travis's most memorable moments were beating Sarasota his sophomore year in front of 10,000 fans. Leaves behind these thoughts. Don't let fear hold you back as he plans to attend Florida State University in the fall. That's number 5, Travis Smith Jr. Next up is number 6, Jermaine Mitchell. He's being escorted by his father, Jermaine Mitchell, and his grandfather, Tyron Mitchell. Jermaine would like to continue playing football on the collegiate level. He will never forget his first interception and advises his younger teammates to never give up on your dreams. Give it up for number 6, Jermaine Mitchell. Next up is number 7, Braxton Thomas. Tonight he's being escorted by his parents, Norris and Stacy, his sister and brother-in-law, Brittany and Ari, and his nephew, Roman. Among the memories he will hold dear include going to Grind It Out camp over the summer and having 8 practices in 3 days. Braxton would like to remind his younger teammates to enjoy your time in high school, as it goes by quickly. So cherish the good and the bad. His postgraduate plans are to attend and play on the college level and study either finance or sports psychology. That's number 7, Braxton Thomas. Next up is number 8, Jason Evans, joined this evening by his mom, Tara, and his sister, Tuka. Jason's most treasured memories include when he scored his first pick his freshman year. He plans to extend his education and study business and agriculture so he can sell homes. To the underclassmen, he wants you to remember to be better than himself and love each other. That's number 8, Jason Evans. Up next is number 9, Ja'Cory Denrow, joined this evening by his parents, Sonny and Shalonda, and his sister, Danielle, where he plans to attend either college or trade school. And to the underclassmen, he says, take pride in what you do and never give up. Where he will always remember having to walk down the street with a 45-pound plate over his head. It's number 9, Ja'Cory Denrow. Next up is number 10, Henry Fioriglio, being escorted by his parents, Rosie and Joe. Henry plans to attend college and to play college ball. His most memorable moments include having defensive dinner with the boys, and to his teammates, he says, listen to Coach C, learn what you can, and have fun every moment. That's number 10, Henry Fioriglio. Next up is number 11, Lou Haskins, being escorted by his parents, Allison and Mark, his sister Emma, his grandparents Vicky and Pete, his grandfather Monty. Also joining him is Ansley, Chad, and Braxton, his aunt, uncle, and cousin. His most cherished memories include sophomore summer workouts, walking the streets with a 45-pound plate over his head, and his game-winning tackle on the 1-yard line against Manatee. His words of encouragement are to work hard, listen to the coaches, and have fun because it goes fast. Luke plans to further his education and attend law school. That's number 11, Luke Haskins. Up next is number 13, Brandon King. Tonight he's being escorted by his parents, Stacy and Terrence. Brandon would like to start the moving business and wants to remind the underclassmen to take advantage of the opportunities that you get. You'll always remember running 110s more than once every week after a full workout, especially after heavy squats. That's number 13, Brandon King. Next up is number 15, Majestic Van Ingen. She's being escorted by her mom, Sarah, and her grandparents, Carol and Doug, and her little brothers, Freedom and Blaze. Upon graduation, Majestic will be studying neuroscience and biochemistry. She will also remember her first field goal on varsity and shaking hands with Coach C after every successful field goal. The midnight practice is giving it all throughout summer workouts. Majestic leaves these words of encouragement. Never take an opportunity lightly. Give each and every practice, workout, and game everything you have because it is such a gift to be able to play. Lift up your teammates, believe in each other, and trust the plan that God has for you. Remember that you cannot control the outcome, but you can control giving your whole heart and effort. That's number 15, Majestic Van Ingen. Up next is number 17, Jeremiah Dawson, being escorted by his parents Chad and Rebecca and his brother Jackson. You will always remember advancing and playing Venice in the regionals last year. Jeremiah wants to remind the underclassmen to listen to the coaches and enjoy the time that you have. If Jeremiah plans to attend college, he's just undecided where he will attend just yet. Give it up for number 17, Jeremiah Dawson. Next up is number 18, Nick Sinacor. Escorted by his parents Russ and Maria and his uncle Kevin. Nick's most memorable moments include grinded out camp over the summer and when Jack's nose started bleeding from too much poker. His words of encouragement are, quote, embrace life's challenges as an opportunity to learn and will never give up on something that you love. Nick plans to continue his athletic and academic dreams in college. That's number 18, Nick Sinacor. Next up is number 21, Cooper Dodson, being escorted by his parents Scott and Shay and his brother Keaton. Of his most memorable moments is having to walk 1.4 miles with a 45-pound plate over his head, meeting Coach C and the best workouts of his life. Cooper plans to attend the University of Florida, where he will study economics prior to law school. And his words of encouragement are, don't lean, always remember to clap and keep singing. That's number 21, Cooper Dodson. Up next is number 22, Brayton Lenz, being escorted by his parents Jim and Stacy. Most memorable moments include stopping Manatee at the 1-yard line on the last play of the game. Brayton plans to attend Florida State University to study computer science. His words of encouragement are to embrace the challenges ahead and cherish your time here because it goes so fast. It's number 22, Brayton Lenz. Up next, number 28, Jack Richard, being escorted by his parents Paul and Krista and his sister Natalie. Jack would like to continue his Beyond the Walls of RHS at Florida State University. Leaves these thoughts to the underclassmen. He says, good luck. And Jack will always remember the 45-pound weight plate over his head and walk in the neighborhood. That's number 28, Jack Richard. Up next is number 31, Daniel Friere. Being escorted tonight by his best friend's mom and dad that are like second parents to him, Allison and Mark Haskins. And wants everyone to live and to always focus on what you can control, not what you can't. His most memorable moments include his first game and win versus Mooney this season, and helping the team for the first time to win mean a lot to himself and the team. Post-graduation, Daniel will be playing college soccer on the NCAA level. That's number 31, Daniel Friere. Up next is number 32, Lincoln States, being escorted by his mom and dad, Charles and Jessica. His most memorable moments with the Rams would be at Weber football camp. Lincoln's words of encouragement are to show up, put in the full effort, and value every moment. Lincoln plans to continue his education at FSU and study economics. That's number 32, Lincoln States. Up next, number 34, Chase Caldwell. Chase is being escorted by his big brother, Zach. Most memorable moments include spending the entire night at school. His words of encouragement are, if you can't make it through football, you can't make it through anything. Chase plans to go to college and take over his dad's company. That's number 34, Chase Caldwell. Up next is number 35, Mike Theodore. Mike is being escorted by his coaches Blair Perry, Travis Smith, and Maria Gordado. Most memorable moments include the coaches and teammates accepting him and treating him like he was part of the team. He plans to play college football next year, and he leaves these words of encouragement that high school goes by fast, so make sure that you get your work done and be productive. Number 35, Mike Theodore. Up next is number 38, Oliver Hunter. Being escorted this evening by his mom, Ruth, sister Maya, and his brothers Max and Uncle James. Oliver will take the memory of having his position switched to linebacker, and his first time hitting the gap, a guard pulled and got rocked. Oliver plans to attend UCF, where he will study business management. His words of encouragement are to enjoy high school, make as many memories because it goes by in the blink of an eye. That's number 38, Oliver Hunter. Up next is number 50, Jack Bolvig. Jack's being escorted by his parents, John and Jen, his brothers Jason and Josh. Jack plans to attend college at FSU and study economics. His words of encouragement are, be afraid, but do it anyways. Jack will take with him the memory of wearing jorts to practice Thursday before playing Sarasota. Give it up for number 50, Jack Bolvig. Up next is number 52, Malik Bird. Lefty by his father Michael, stepmother Ashley, brother Myron, and sister Michaela. Malik's most memorable moments as a Ram were moving up to varsity. He leaves these words to his younger teammates to keep pushing yourself and have fun. Malik plans to go to college and major in business. Give it up for number 52, Malik Bird. Up next is number 55, Weston Brunoria. Escorted this evening by his parents Michael and Christine, his sister Christine and brother Garrett. After graduation, Weston plans to attend college and to study marine science. His most memorable moment was hitting 500 pounds on squats while the whole team cheered him on. He says to the underclassmen to keep working hard and never stop following your dreams. Number 55, Weston Brunoria. Up next is number 63, Josiah Williams, joined by his parents Betsy and Anthony. Josiah had a great time at Grind It Out camp and leaves us words of encouragement behind, as he says to work hard and don't give up. After graduation, Josiah will be joining the U.S. Marine Corps. Give it up for number 63, Josiah Williams. Up next is number 78, Julius Edwards. Being escorted by his grandmother, Betty, his Aunt Phelan, and his cousin Taj. Julius will always remember having practice at Bee Ridge Park. Plans to keep playing college football after graduation, and reminds his younger teammates to keep going and give it your all. You never know when it will be your last. Give it up to number 78, Julius Edwards. Next up will be number 85, Richard Wynn. Being escorted by his parents, Jefferson and Rosie, and his cousin Delina. Richard plans to continue his education beyond graduation, but he has no details to this date. His memories include taking the plates on a walk around the neighborhood, and his words of encouragement are to work hard and also have fun and make amazing memories with your teammates. That's number 85, Richard Wynn. Next up is number 87, Christian Litzau, being escorted by his parents, Mark and Kathy. After graduating, Christian plans on attending UCF. His words of encouragement are, no matter what happens, never give up. You never know what you are on the edge of achieving. Christian will always remember his sophomore year in the playoffs and catching the pass against Steinbrenner. Give it up one more time for number 87, Christian Litzau. Up next, we have number 95, Sebastian Kevitz, escorted by his parents Gabriella and Stephen, along with his sisters Sophia, Sienna, Leah, and Ella. After graduation, Sebastian plans on following his mother's footsteps and becoming a defense attorney. His words to the wise is, it's never going to get easier, but over time, continuous work effort, it becomes more bearable. Sebastian will always remember the freshman year when he moved up to JV and got to play against Manatee with the walk crew. Me, Jack, Corey Denrow, and Angelo Butler. Give it up for number 95, Sebastian Kevitz. And now at this time, we would like to thank and honor our senior student trainers. First up will be Colby Adam, being escorted by her parents Holly and Ron. Colby is planning to continue her education beyond Riverview. She encourages those around her to wake up early so you have time for coffee. Give it up for Colby Adams. Next up is Shelby Lyshik, being escorted by her parents Tiffany and Peter Lyshik, and her brother Peter Jr. Shelby's undecided on the college of her choice, but will be pursuing a career in physical therapy. She enjoyed beating Sarasota in the playoffs and singing and dancing around in the locker room. To all the underclassmen, she says, don't stress about the little things. That's Shelby Lyshik. And next up is Ariana Peacock, escorted by her parents Mara and Ryan, and her brother Owen. She remembers the joy of beating Sarasota in the playoffs and dancing and singing to Party in the USA in the locker room. Thoughts being left behind are everyone says it, but these truly are the fastest 4 years. Enjoy it as much as possible and make memories and don't stress about the little things. Ariana plans to attend Florida State University to pursue a degree in physical therapy and join their athletic training program. Give it up for Ariana Peacock. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for your senior Rams, the class of 2024. Let's hear it once again for the Ram Nation class of 2024, and a special thank you to Aaron Hoy, Jay Lorenz, Andy Muldoon, Gerald Perry, and Josh Smithers. Special announcement that coming up here in about 10 minutes, we're going to be bringing out our 2023 Riverview High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. So with all of the Hall of Fame inductees, please make their way to the east end zone of the stadium. We also have a special presentation for a Ram legend coming up a little bit later on here around 7:15 as well. And making their way into the Ram Bowl, fresh off of a superior rating at the MPA band competition, give it up for the best band in the land, the Riverview High School Kilty Band. We're less than 20 minutes away from getting tonight's game kicked off here at John Sprague Field at the Ram Bowl. Charlotte Tarpons and Riverview Rams coming up in just a bit.
Check.
Check. Check.
Dang,
1, 2.
bro.
Hello.
Wow.
Again. Appreciate everybody. Stop.
Hear myself. Okay,
Oh,
there it goes.
There it is.
Yeah.
There.
At this time, I'd like to ask members of the Riverview High School Athletic Hall of Fame, please get to your spot in the East End Zone, as we'll be having your presentation and ceremony coming up in just a moment. Again, members of the 2023 Riverview High School Athletic Hall of Fame, we need you in position at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like you to direct your attention to the field, to the East End Zone, for a very, very special tribute and ceremony for a legend here at Riverview High School. Tonight, we honor Riverview football coach John Neidert. Coach Neidert dedicated 34 plus years of his life to being an irreplaceable presence in the Riverview football program. And tonight, we would like to recognize his dedication and commitment to being a Ram. Before moving down to Florida, Coach Neidert grew up in Akron, Ohio. In high school, he starred at linebacker for an Ohio football powerhouse, Archbishop Hoban High School, and earned a football scholarship to the University of Louisville. After graduating from Louisville, he was drafted in 1968 in the 6th round by the Cincinnati Bengals. He would later become part of the 1969 New York Jets team that won Super Bowl III. Afterwards, he joined the Chicago Bears, spending a total of 3 years in the NFL. In addition to being a Super Bowl champion, some of his other notable memories include chasing down from behind and tackling O.J. Simpson, and having a part in the 1971 film Brian's Song, being Joe Namath's locker room neighbor, and playing alongside and for many Hall of Fame players and coaches. Coach Neidert moved to Florida and worked for the United States Postal Service for the next 32 years. Prior to that, Coach Neidert did masonry work and actually laid the brick used to build the Ram Bowls press box. He also volunteered his time as a youth football coach in the Ringling Redskins program before joining the Rams coaching staff in 1989. He would serve as linebackers coach and at times defensive coordinator, and at all levels in the Riverview program during his 34 active years. Coach Neidert also expertly assisted with scouting opposing teams' offenses over that time, a role he has had to this very day. Our defenses would not have been successful without the Book of Nine to rely on every week. Coach Neidert, we thank you for all your hard work and dedication, and thank you for spending hours and hours of your own free time helping Riverview football. We thank you for showing up for every practice, game, and workout ready to teach and to help. We thank you for never giving up on any Ram player and always working with them. But most importantly, Coach, thank you for being a Ram. Give it up for Coach John Neidert. It's a special night here at Riverview High School where earlier this evening we inducted new members into the 2023 Riverview High School Athletic Hall of Fame. And at this time, we would like to recognize them and celebrate them and their families for their enshrinement here this evening. A very special class has been inducted here in 2023, and we would like to recognize them at this time. So again, please continue to concentrate on the field as they make their way out onto the field. We recognize them, our individual inductees. First, Dr. Charles Rush. Dr. Rush served as the RHS team physician here at Riverview High School for 31 years. Give it up for Dr. Charles Rush. Next up is Coach Vic Johnson, a class of 1975 graduate and a football coach. He worked and coached at Riverview starting in 1988. He was a coach for the football team, girls, boys, weightlifting, shot put, and girls softball. Congratulations to Coach Vic Johnson. Next up is Coach Rudy Ferraccio, better known as Coach Fro. Coach Fro began teaching in 1985 and is currently a teacher still here at Riverview High School. He has been an assistant football coach, an assistant boys and girls basketball coach, a softball head coach, and was the varsity boys basketball coach for 3 seasons and secured a record of 67 wins and 21 losses. Give it up for Coach Fro, Rudy Ferraccio. And now some members of our legendary swimming teams here at Riverview have been inducted. We begin with Jeffrey Wentz, member of our 1980 swim team title team and a 200-yard individual medley winner. Give it up for Jeffrey Wentz. Another one of our swim team members, Jack Salzman, a member of the 1978 state 100 backstroke team, as well as the 200-meter individual medley, and a member of the 1980 state championship team. Give it up for Jack Salzman. Next up is Helena Wilhelm, member of the 1997 state champion in the 100 butterfly. She was the 1995 and 1997 Herald Tribune Swimmer of the Year and placed second in the 200 individual medley as well as the second in the 100 backstroke. Give it up for Helena Wilhelm. And our final member of our swimming team to be inducted is Larissa King from class of 1997. She was a member, or excuse me, 1999. She was a member of the 1997 state championship team, was winner in the 500 freestyle, and was also 1997 Herald Tribune Swimmer of the Year. Give it up for Larissa King. And our final individual inductee this evening is Andre Booker Sr. from the class of 1989 for the football team and was a track All-American. He was a 3-year varsity football player as well as a 4-year track star and received a scholarship to the University of Georgia. He's the 1989 Most Valuable Athlete, and he held the golden baton for 20 years in the 4x100 relay, and he was that record stood from 1989 all the way to 2009. He was the team captain and had the most points scored on the track team of 193. That's Andre Booker Sr. And then our final inductee this evening is one of the most legendary football teams in the history of Riverview High School football. The 1994 undefeated regular season 10-0 team. You will live in history and infamy. Congratulations to all of our inductees and members of the 2023 Riverview High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Come on up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Guilty Band. The staff includes Norm Vaughn, Associate Band Director, Chuck Evans, Percussion and Associate Band Director, Alex Dees, Highland Dance Instructor, Kayla Kavanaugh and Amy Earl, Color Guard Instructor, James Dennis, Bagpipe Instructor, Dick Bruno, Percussion Instructor, and the Director of Bands is Tamara Lewis. Tonight, we open our pregame show with God Bless America. Tonight is Future Trophy Night. At this time, please help us welcome students from Imagine at Lakewood Ranch, Barbara Gray, Sarasota School of Arts and Science, Shanna Holland, Brookside Middle School, Breda Pope, and Sarasota Middle School, Zach Steve. Welcome our Future Trophy. Pipe Sergeant Danny Allendar now leads us in the traditional playing of Amazing Grace. Please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. We thank the JROTC for providing the color guard and raising the flag at the west side of the stadium. Now, please join Band Captain Jamil Melton and the Guilty Band as we honor America. Please remain standing for the playing of our alma mater.
Good evening and welcome to the Ramble for the final game of the 2023 Riverview football season. They'll enter in a down south foe in Charlotte in the final game to try and clinch a home playoff spot tonight for the 2023 playoffs. So glad to have you with us. My partner Jonathan Morelli, I'm Addison Resco. Stoked to have you with us tonight for what should be a great game. These two teams throughout the years have played some close battles. 2 years ago on the road was a very close game. It was actually Jeremiah Dawson's second game that he ever played in. It was a close game won by Riverview that was put away by a Jaron Glover 48-yard punt return for a touchdown. And now tonight, a little bit of different circumstances. The Rams trying to clinch the 3 seed in the FHSAA playoffs, assuming Manatee wins. They cannot jump any higher, but they can't drop to 4 with the win tonight. And not only does the win clinch the 3 seed, but the most important part about the 3 seed is the ability to clinch a home playoff game, something that Riverview has lacked in the last 2 seasons. And while they went on and won 2 road games last year, obviously would be a lot nicer to have 2 more, maybe even 3 more, depending on if things go right, games to play in the Ramble.
Yeah, home field advantage would be huge in this year's playoff scenario. Like you said, I mean, it's in the name, advantage, right? Home field advantage. With our crowd, our student section, home field advantage is a huge advantage for this Riverview team. Now, this is not the same Charlotte team we've seen in past years, right? The last few years, this Charlotte team has been a little shaky, little iffy, right? We went on the road, beat them last year. I forget the score exactly, but it was a blowout. You know, we had our 2s and 3s going. This year, right, this is a motivated playoff Charlotte team with playoff potential. They want to win this game, right? They're on the road, even more motivation, right? They're locked in. They need and want to win this game just as much as this Riverview team does.
Well, in terms of an important game for the playoff aspect, Charlotte comes into this game as the 8 seed. There's no way tonight that Riverview can fall out, even if a loss. Really, the lowest Riverview can fall, I believe, is the 5th seed, which obviously you want to avoid so you can play Venice later on in the 3rd round and not have to deal with them as early. But for Charlotte, this game matters because if you win, you're in the playoffs. If not, you're on the outside looking in. You got Lehigh looming there at 9. You have Sarasota looming in at 10. And yeah, Sarasota's only won 1 game, but the standings have fallen the right way for them. They've kind of gotten everything they've needed. And 1 win from Sarasota. And abracadabra, you're in the playoffs, and then Charlotte slips. Now, obviously, Charlotte can lose tonight and still find a way in the playoffs. But in terms of playoffs, this game is actually more important for Charlotte to win. So Riverview's not getting an easy team tonight. This team's going to be battling, and they're going to be led by a freshman quarterback, trying to lead his team to the playoffs. He's a rushing quarterback, has 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. They've kind of split reps, but he's getting the starting nod tonight. A freshman quarterback, playoffs on the line. What do you got?
Yeah, so they're obviously playing through some adversity, right? Given a freshman quarterback, maybe not the most experienced, right? However, being a freshman quarterback, he can either take all this pressure, right, and let it and crumble, right, and feel the pressure and not do so well, right? But he can also take the pressure and take that accountability, take that responsibility, know what's at stake, and just lead the charge and lead his team to a playoff appearance and a win tonight at the Ram Bowl. It all comes down to it's a game time decision, right? It's one for that freshman quarterback. It's one during the week, and it's one pregame, right? How you practice, how you prepare, that's what's gonna affect that freshman quarterback's performance tonight.
And obviously, it's not often that you have a freshman quarterback playing in a varsity game, but let alone a varsity game with playoff implications on the line, and that's exactly what Logan Flattery will have a chance to do tonight against the Riverview Rams at the Ram Bowl. As the Charlotte Tarpons take the field, we are about to get underway at the Ram Bowl. The Rams will kick it off. Charlotte will receive as the Kilty Band heads off the field. Rams and the Tarpons coming up next on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. Get their second straight win. Won last week in a domination win against Sarasota High School. Got their 13th straight win in 12 years. It's been a rivalry that kind of reminds you of some of the years of Ohio State and Michigan. Obviously, that rivalry has changed, and not that it's controlled by Michigan now, but Michigan has won the last 2 years, kind of had Ohio State's number. But, man, Riverview, it just kind of feels like that last decade of Ohio State, Michigan. Doesn't matter what the records are. Riverview's winning every time. But the rivalry week is behind us and a new week is in front of us. A week that has playoff implications for both of these squads. It's the Rams, it's the Tarpons at the Ram Bowl on Friday night. And a flag immediately in this one. Kick was booted in the back of the end zone, but Rams got a head start, and so they will re-kick it.
Given the circumstances of each team, the Rams might be playing a little careful here tonight, right? They have a lot to lose. If they do wind up losing and drop in the rankings, they could see Venice in the earlier rounds, preferably wanting to see them in the third round, but if with a loss, could see them in the first and second round. This Charlotte team has little to nothing to lose, right? So they are going to lay it all on the line tonight. They're going to leave everything on the field. They're playing to win, whereas Riverview may be playing not to lose. So that could make a difference in the outcome of this game.
And we'll try the kick over again. And it's going to be returned by Trent Curlis. Curlis inside the 5-yard line and is going to be brought down to the ground by DJ Johnson. Helping out on special teams, has 1,137 rushing yards on the season, along with 12 touchdowns. And there he is making the stop on special teams. So now it will be the freshman quarterback, Logan Flaherty, taking over for the Tarpons, trying to will his team to a playoff spot this season. Charlotte has not made the playoffs since 2021, so only a year off from making the playoffs, but somewhere they want to get back, and they have a chance to do so tonight.
Yeah, this will be the real test for the young quarterback to see how he handles pressure and what he can do during crunch time.
Flaherty rolls out, and Incomplete, was looking for Trent Curlis, who returned the kickoff, but missed him, and it will be 2nd down and 10. Flaherty has that running ability. Over 200 rushing yards on the year, along with 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, with this Riverview defensive line, we're most likely going to see Flaherty roll out and have to throw on the run like he did there. That was a designed run, pass.
And the handoff on 2nd down once again goes to Curlis. And Curlis gets 7 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and short early in this one.
Yeah, these 3rd and shorts, or 3rd down conversions in general, are going to be huge throughout the entirety of this game. These are conversions that have to be made.
So 3rd down and 3 here for the Tarpons. Just underway at the Ramble. Riverview trying to lock up the 3rd seed tonight. Could lock up the 2nd if Manatee were to fall to Southeast. And a pre-snap flag. And a delay of game, and so that will back them up 5 yards. And that's something that the Riverview defense has actually benefited from a lot this year, has been getting breaks on the penalty game. A lot of pre-snap flags thrown against their opponents so far this season. Can the Rams capitalize? 3rd down and 8 on the first drive of the game for the Tarpons. Flaherty drops back. He rolls to the left, trying to run for it. Flaherty makes a move, slides down, and picks up the 1st down. We talked about it. Logan Flaherty, he has the legs, showcases them there on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, there again, like you just said, we see his ability to move. We see his ability to roll out. Looking for a pass while he was rolling out. Didn't see anybody open. Made the decision to run with it. Good decision by the quarterback. Young quarterback at that.
Curlis and Hall out wide.
However, those pre-snap penalties, like you were talking about, this Charlotte team has got to control what they can control to win, in order to win this game.
And another pre-snap penalty on the handoff to Brown. Brown gets maybe 2 yards on the carry, but this one's going to be coming back.
Yeah, if that keeps happening, that's going to be a problem
Illegal
for the
motion.
Tarpons.
So another pre-snap penalty. You just talked about it. It's their 2nd one of the game, and it'll be 1st down and 15 coming up for the Tarpons.
What the Tarpons don't want is this game to be Charlotte versus Charlotte, right? They don't want to beat themselves. That is something they cannot do in a game like this. It needs to be,
especially against a Riverview defense like Riverview has. I mean,
exactly.
You can't be kicking yourself in the foot against this type of defense. 1st down and 15 from their own 34-yard line. Flaherty's got Brown wide open. Brown gets past the line of scrimmage and gets right back to around where his first run was on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, over the course of the game, if you continuously make a 1st down 15 yards, it's going to hurt you.
Flaherty on 2nd down and 8. Fires over to Brady Hall, and it is incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 now coming up. Tarpons escaped 3rd and 8 last time. They'll need to do the same here. Opening drive, appreciate everyone stopping on in. Rams and Tarpons playoffs scenarios on the line tonight. Charlotte trying to fight for one. Riverview trying to lock up better seating. It's 3rd down and 9. Flaherty under pressure, and he gets away, and then the pass is deflected away. Jermaine Mitchell got a hand on it. An impressive play by Flaherty to get away from the initial rush on the right side, but the Rams defense forces a punt.
Yeah, it's a risky pass right there. Almost threw it right into the hands of Mitchell, number 6. I know he's eager to get rid of that ball, doesn't want to take the sack. Good job getting rid of it. Saw his receiver along the sideline, but that interception could be costly. You can't give the Rams really good field possession, especially this early in the game.
Wooten punts it away. It will take a bounce at around the 30-yard line and roll to the 26-yard line. And that is where Riverview will begin their first drive of the game with 9:30 to go in quarter number 1. Rams defense lets up 1 first down but gets off the field. Rams and Tarpons, first quarter, 0-0. And Jeremiah Dawson getting the start here on senior night. Dawson, play fake, throws it down the field for Campbell, in stride! Campbell the 20, the 10, and for the 5th time this season, Anthony Campbell in the end zone for a touchdown.
We see it game after game. Anthony Campbell, elite speed, just beats the corner on the post route. I mean, the corner trailing in his footsteps, seeing his shoe bottoms. Anthony Campbell wide open for that pass. Jeremiah Dawson places it perfectly.
How about that from Jeremiah Dawson? That is probably his longest throw in his Riverview tenure. Haven't really seen the deep ball much out of him, but Campbell creates space, and Dawson on a dime gets it to him. And it is a touchdown for Riverview. Majestic Van Ingen adds on 1, and the Rams, 1 play, 74 yards, and it is 7-0 with 9:18 to go in quarter number 1. There's a flag down at the 3.
Yeah, that's going to be a late unsportsmanlike on Riverview. It looked like a little bit of a flop, but got the ref to throw the flag. It appeared that one of the Riverview players on special teams pushed the Charlotte player down way after the play. Oh, there were 2, so they offset.
So offsetting penalties on Riverview and Charlotte. But what a bomb from Jeremiah Dawson. 74 yards to get the scoring started. Anthony Campbell, the leading receiver for the Rams. That was his 20th reception on the season. And not only that, his 5th touchdown.
Yeah, 1 for 1 for Jeremiah Dawson on a deep ball touchdown to start the game. Probably not as many snaps as he would like this season, but that's definitely a huge confidence booster. Great way to start the game by Jeremiah Dawson.
So Charlotte will have another go at it on the offensive side of the ball. And well out of the end zone. And Charlotte will take over at their own 20-yard line. Daniel has been a really solid pickup for the Rams. He played soccer, or does play soccer for Riverview, and is probably going to play at somewhat of the collegiate level of soccer. And the Rams brought him in. We saw earlier in the year, teams were capitalizing off the short kicks that Riverview was having, just kind of pooch kicks to the 30, 20-yard line. since bringing in Daniel, he's kicked about every kick out of the end zone. Obviously, besides that first one when they were backed up, but he's been a huge addition to this team that has kind of filled a huge hole that there was at the beginning of the season. As the first down carry for the Tarpons gains 4, it will be second down and around 7.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that the addition of Danny Frede has brought to the table is the factor of consistency. You know, consistency, I mean, in whatever you do, whether it's in sports or in general, consistency is arguably the most important thing you can, most important trait you can have, and that's been huge.
Hand off to Brown on second down, and he escapes a flurry of Rams and past the sticks for a first down. Brown's been a key player for Charlotte here on their first 2 drives, really feeding them the rock.
Yeah, good job staying up after that initial hit and just fighting for more yards. Something we see every week by our own running backs.
First down and 10, 8:13 to go here in quarter number 1. Rams lead over the Tarpons 7-0. Hand off to Wooten, and he trips up and down at the 30-yard line. He'll lose a yard. Levi Wooten, the junior, has some running back duels, and his brother, who is a sophomore, did the punt earlier in the game, so not really a dual threat brother combo right there, but both brothers on the field for the Tarpons tonight. And they'll go right back to the ground to Wooten, and Wooten is stopped. Will gain around 2 yards on the carry, and it'll bring up third down and 9. Another third and long situation for the Tarpons. It seems they've been stuck in them all night.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for this Tarpons offense is, you know, to stay competitive throughout the night is to respond immediately to what the Rams offense can do. Right, the Tarpons defense is only going to be able to hold up for so long. They're going to get worn out, knowing this Riverview offense. Right, this Tarpons offense has got to come through and respond and help their defense out when they can.
Flaherty escapes, has a man open. It was Brady Hall, but it was underthrown, and it will be fourth down. And a late flag comes out. Landon Marsters appear to be getting into it with one of the Tarpons, and we'll see who this flag is against. Would be a costly penalty if it's against Riverview. And it will be offsetting penalties. So it will bring out Noah Wooten to punt it away.
I'm not sure who started that debacle, but the Tarpons got to take everything they can get.
Torian Jones back there to receive for the Rams. James catches it at the 37 and is brought down at the 40-yard line, and that is where the Rams will begin their second drive. And on the second drive, they'll bring out the other senior, Braxton Thomas, who has been impressive throughout the year, a very calm, composed leader of this Riverview team, and not only can do it with the arm, but can do it with the legs as well. Is 2 yards away from 300 rushing touchdowns and has equal amounts of rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, we've seen this offense utilize that QB sneak. Right, this is a run-heavy offense, utilizing backs DJ Johnson and Isaiah Belt. They'll run.
And it will actually be Jeremiah Dawson. Seemed like Thomas was coming in, but Dawson back in there after the 74-yard bomb to Anthony Campbell.
We saw a QB sneak last week. here at the end of the game by Jeremiah Dawson.
And then on first down, he'll hand it off.
In which resulted in a touchdown.
DJ Johnson, his first carry of the game. They'll give him 2, maybe 3 on the carry. Bring up second down and 8. Dawson right back to the ground, hands it off to DJ Johnson. Johnson has a hole. There goes DJ Johnson, and you're not going to catch him. DJ Johnson, lucky number 13 on the year, and the Rams are piling it on the Tarpons. And a penalty flag is down. We'll see if this one is coming back. DJ Johnson, a huge run, 68 yards, but all signs point to this one being taken off the board. No, they wave it off, and it is a touchdown for DJ Johnson. A 68-yard score for the Rams, a 74-yard score earlier in the game. Big plays so far have the Rams on top, 13-0, and it is Majestic Van Ingen out to attempt the extra point. Majestic Van Ingen sends it through, and it's been domination early here at the Ramble. On senior night, it's the Rams 14 and the Tarpons nothing.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com. And another one that goes back into the end zone. And the Tarpons will come on out for their third drive of the game. And they're going to need to get something going. The way this game has gone so far, Charlotte right off the field on the second drive. Got a first down on the first drive, but their offense hasn't created much to anything. And Riverview, a 74-yard touchdown pass. DJ Johnson, a huge gaping hole, 68 yards.
I mean,
Charlotte can't let this one get away too quick.
This offense hasn't done much yet, but the defense isn't helping. I mean, you ever see a BMX race where the sound goes off and the gate just falls? That's what that defensive line looked like on that run right there. I mean, they just parted like the Red Sea, and DJ Johnson ran right through that gap all the way to the end zone.
Brown on the carry, and Fulvik brings them to the ground. And it will be a water break. 5:32 to go here in quarter number 1. We head to commercial. Rams on top, 14-0.
Back up to the water break. 5:30 to go here as Flattery keeps and is taken down after a 3-yard gain. Third down and 5 every single time. I don't know if Charlotte has picked up a first down yet. On first and second down, they've been stuck in a third down situation almost every time. And they have third down and 5.
Yeah, they haven't. They're yet to find out what works against this Riverview defense. I mean, they've spread the playbook out a little bit. You know, of the time they've been on the field, they've been trying different things. But I think ultimately this quarterback's going to have to use his legs. I mean, the passing game is just going to be non-existent for the Tarpons offense this game. So it appears as of right now.
And a timeout taken by Charlotte, their first of the first half. What has to change offensively for Charlotte? They haven't really tried the passing game out. You mentioned how it, seemed like that wasn't going to be the case. Both times that they've tried to air it out, he's been under serious duress by the defensive front four from the Rams. And on the one time that he kind of got a clean pocket, clean pass away, heavily underthrown, and Jermaine Mitchell almost got his hands on it. What can you do? This offensive line just looks completely outmatched at the moment. Charlotte's going to have to find a counterpunch to it, or it's going to be a long night. Well, it'll be a quick one if we get a running clock. Third down and 5 from their own 25-yard line. Flaherty under duress, and he's taken down from behind. Luke Haskins in on the stop, just a yard short of the first down marker, and down 14-0 early. We'll see what the Tarpons elect to do.
Yeah, see what happens every time they go to pass. The receivers cannot get open, right? So the quarterback's waiting, decides to scramble too late, right? He's waiting, and as long as he's waiting, he waits too long and he just gets swarmed in the pocket, right? There's too much pressure. Like you said, this offensive line is it's not a fair match, right? They are unmatched. That's the wrong word, excuse me. But you get the point.
And the Rams might have jumped here. And it is on 4th down and 1. The Rams defense jumps, and it will be a first down for the Tarpons.
It's extremely important for the Tarpons offense to capitalize on mistakes like that. Those self-inflicted mistakes have got to be taken advantage of. They can't keep taking losses on first down like that.
Back to the line of scrimmage. It will bring up 2nd down and 10. The running game hasn't really gotten them anywhere either. Talking about the inability of the passing game so far, the running game has been very lackluster. 2nd down and 10. Flaherty in the shotgun. Wooten to his left. Drops back, looking deep down the right side for Brady Hall. Did he haul it in? He could not get his feet in bounds. It was a great catch by Brady Hall, but was not able to get the foot in bounds, and it will bring up 3rd down and long.
Man, an open receiver down the field beats the far side corner. Just that ball slightly underthrown to where the receiver has to come back, wait for it. It's not in his hands in stride. He's got to turn around and come back to the ball, and that causes him to catch it out of bounds.
3rd down and 10. Curliss in motion. Flaherty under duress again. He escapes again. A flag comes flying out, probably for a hold. And Jason Evans, the shove out of bounds, and he is well short of the first down marker. And it is a holding, and so the Rams force another punt. You have to think they'll decline this penalty. And the punter, Noah Wooten, does come on.
Again, we see Flaherty having to roll out of the pocket and try to throw on the run. Every single pass play, they don't have routes or open receivers on quick where the quarterback can get the ball out quickly.
Terrible snap, almost blocked. Torian James back deep to receive. And he'll let it bounce as it goes out of bounds past the 30 and marked at the 28. There's a penalty flag.
You know, given how slow the snap is and the amount of pressure that he has in his face by the time he gets the ball, this punter's done really well tonight.
It's going to be running into the kicker, so it's a 5-yard penalty. So
running into the kicker, and so now it's going to be 4th down and 1. And now you have to think down 14-0, ball relatively near midfield. The Tarpons are going to send their offense back out on the field.
Yeah, I would think that's the decision that has to be made.
Again, a huge miscue by the Riverview defense.
Yeah.
You get the stop, you have it 4th and 1. They're lined up to go for it. Chase Codwell jumps offside. Now, 4th down and 6. They're punting it away, and you'll run into the kicker.
Yeah, I think the only way, from what we've seen so far, the only way Charlotte wins this game is if Riverview allows them to, right? The self-inflicted penalties, the personal fouls, the 15-yard penalties. Now, however, 2 of them have offset. But
Flaherty on 4th down is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Welcome back, Chase Codwell. Chase Codwell, who has been out since the game up in Tampa, got a huge 4th down and 1 stop, has been out since then, comes back, had a crucial mistake on that 4th and 1 as we just touched on, makes up for it right there. And now it will be Braxton Thomas in at quarterback with 2:48 remaining here in quarter number 1. And the Rams on top 14-0, looking to add on to that lead. Play fake and trying to find Jaden Wheeler on the outside, but a low throw, and it is incomplete. Braxton Thomas on 2nd down and 10. Lietzau and Key go in motion. The handoff to the sophomore running back, Isaiah Bell. He comes into this game needing a big game, 162 yards away from 1,000 rushing yards in the regular season. And a flag does come out. There were 12 men on the field for Charlotte. Was not able to get off the field on the far side.
Yeah, these are mistakes that you have to fix in practice, especially week 10. You know, at this point in the season, you can't be making mistakes, especially in a game like this, like having 12 men on the field. Those are communication mistakes. Those are coaching mistakes. That's just sloppy football. Those have got to be taken care of throughout the season.
Thomas, a screen to Wheeler. And Wheeler is taken down right away. Tackle made by Luke Wadsworth.
What a block by DJ Johnson.
Rams have scored on both their opening drives to this point. Thomas and company trying to make it 3 in a row. He'll try and do it here, and the pass almost intercepted. Read extremely well right there by Jaden Palmer.
Thomas had a wide open receiver on the far side, and number 18, Nick Sinacor, ran about a 12-yard comeback route with the corner shading over to the right where his eyes were.
On 3rd down and 7, Thomas Airs it out, trying to find Jaden Wheeler again, and it is knocked away by Terrell Pope.
Thomas seemingly trying to force the football a little.
Brings up 4th down and 7.
I think he just needs to stay patient, wait for his plays, wait for his receivers to develop their routes, and just hit the open receiver.
Thomas tries to find his man over the middle, and it is intercepted by Palmer. Palmer has some room, and Palmer will go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And some fireworks going off on the left side of the stadium. Don't know if I've seen that one before, but
is that what happens when Charlotte does something good? Fireworks go off?
Charlotte brought the firework committee to the Ram Bowl tonight, and Charlotte will take over at their own 32-yard line, and maybe that pick by Palmer, some momentum here for Charlotte to get something going offensively. Hands off to Wooten, and he is going nowhere. Chase Conwell, Landon Marsters, and Hale Durfee all there on the stop. Surrounded by Riverview Rams. Wooten cannot go anywhere in the few times he's gotten the football tonight.
Yeah, this offense needs to start utilizing quick hitters over the middle to any extent. I mean, I think they just need to take the 4 yards instead of, I mean, obviously the run game isn't picking up 4 yards, so
and
that's
they have
not really
a very
working.
solid receiver in Brady Hall. Brady Hall had a fairly nice game against Riverview last year.
Yeah,
Second
I
down
think
and 13.
they just need to adapt to what they're seeing.
Flaherty got a man open down the field. Did he get his foot in bounds? No, he did not. Had Trent Curlis, but Trent Curlis was led out of bounds by Flaherty's throw, and now it brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, with a receiver with that much open space, that ball's got to be thrown a little behind him just so he can catch it inbounds. You cannot be leading your receiver out of bounds with an opportunity like that. I mean, that's a 15, 20-yard pickup right there, easy, right? That was almost given because of how wide open that receiver is. That pass has got to be where the receiver can catch it inbounds.
Flaherty showing the freshman decisions tonight. It's 3rd down. Rolls to the right. Flaherty throws across his body. Pass is complete at the 36-yard line by. There's a penalty flag down on the far side, on the near side of the field, and we'll see what that is. And it is an ineligible man downfield on Charlotte, but the Rams will decline the penalty, and Charlotte is going to be forced to punt the football away.
Like I said earlier, a very talented punter in Wooten. If they can just give him the time, you know, to receive the ball, get his drop right, and focus, I think he can get a very nice punt and can consistently set Charlotte up and set the Rams up with bad field position, having
Rams
to go
have
the whole way.
almost blocked it a couple times. And it will be caught by James right at the 45-yard line, and that's where Riverview will take over. Braxton Thomas and company up 14-0 over the Tarpons. Welcome back on into the Ram Bowl, where the Riverview Rams have a 14-0 lead over the Tarpons. If you're just joining us on the first play of scrimmage for the Riverview offense, it was a Jeremiah Dawson 74-yard touchdown pass to Anthony Campbell, and then DJ Johnson on the next drive, on the second play of the drive, ripped open a 68-yard touchdown. What do the Rams have in store here? Jeremiah Dawson back in at quarterback. Another handoff, and piling for a first down is DJ Johnson. Over 1,200 rushing yards on the season. His goal was 1,500. Looks like he's going to come up a little bit short of that desired goal, but nonetheless, DJ Johnson, one heck of a season, as here he is again, picks up yet another first down. Well, it's going to be close, but that will wrap up the first quarter. But 2 plays, DJ Johnson just right down the field he goes. He's a near impossible stop for the Charlotte defense. That wraps up quarter number 1 at the Ram Bowl. It's all Riverview. Rams on top, 14-0.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Here on the Riverview Rams Sports Network and Riverview Football, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, First Watch, New Concept Construction, Eco Clear, HCA Florida Sarasota's Doctor Hospital, and Melissa Waptrowski Realtor, McDonald Waptrowski Group. The first down carry, it's again to Johnson, and Johnson lowers his shoulder, sends the man to the ground. Trell Polk hits the floor, and yet again, another Johnson first down.
That is going to move the chains. Good enough for Riverview. First down.
Dawson the play fake. Dawson almost had his man. Tayden Evans. Oh, that is Julius Edwards. Julius Edwards changing numbers and almost getting into the end zone. The pass just a little bit too far out of reach.
Yeah, we've seen that little sneak play before where we run, play action pass, dump off over the middle with a wide open receiver or lineman. But
they did call in an ineligible man downfield. Brings up first down and 15. Johnson the back. Johnson follows his blockers and nears the first down yardage. And has the first down yardage. DJ Johnson once again. First down and 15, no problem. Rams going fast tempo. Johnson over 100 yards on the day. And a timeout called by Charlotte. Their second of half number 1. And that will send us to a commercial timeout. Rams knocking on the door of opening up a 3-score lead at home. They lead 14-0 over the Tarpons. First down and goal for the Rams. Dawson, the quarterback, DJ Johnson, the back. Trying to get his second touchdown of the game. And he's just a few yards shy. Just past the 5-yard line. DJ Johnson creeping on number 14 on the season. DJ Johnson, just an incredible back. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. DJ Johnson, his second touchdown of the night, and the Rams continue to pour it on Charlotte.
Man, I mean, this reminds me of when I was a sophomore on JV and they would bring us up to use as practice dummies. This is what our defense would look like playing against the starters. I mean, complete domination here already. And at the beginning, just at the beginning of the second quarter.
And the Rams tack on another one and another running into the kicker. So flag there, flag at the 10-yard line as Majestic Van Ingen hit the ground. Rams on top 21-0 over the Tarpons. And while we have the time here, we talked a lot about in the open the playoff scenarios, situations for Riverview tonight. Riverview right now is slated to play Palmetto, who they beat 52-42 in a week 3 or 4 thriller here at the Ramble. Back and forth offensive showcase. That is the case if these happen. Riverview wins, Immokalee wins, Gulf Coast wins, and Palmetto wins. Palmetto is playing Southeast, so we'll assume they win. Riverview up 21-0. We will try and update you guys on the score of the Immokalee and the Gulf Coast game past halftime, but Palmetto looking like a very possible playoff opponent, and Riverview and Palmetto have had some battles these past 4 years. Again, we talked about it earlier this season. There has not been a game decided by more than 10 points in the last 4 years, while between Riverview and Palmetto. Obviously, Palmetto won that double overtime game last year. Riverview wins a thriller this year. Riverview won a thriller the previous 2 years, 22-16. Palmetto had a chance to drive down the field and win it. Then in Charles Lester's first season here at Riverview, had 2 interceptions that game to secure a 16-7 win for Riverview. That rivalry, unlike the Riverview-Sarasota rivalry, although the Sarasota one's bigger, between an actual contest rivalry, that one's at the top with the Rams and Palmetto.
Yeah, you've got to think that Palmetto team wants revenge, right? I mean, that was a hard-fought game by, like you said, 2 great offenses in that week 3 or 4 matchup. They want it just as bad as the Rams do. However, if I'm not mistaken, that game would be played here at the Ramble.
Yes, it would, as Jason Evans wraps up Wooten again. Wooten with nowhere to run. Yes, the Rams most likely will be playing at home. However, if Immokalee loses and falls to the 6th seed, Riverview wins stays to 3 due to Immokalee being a district champion. The Rams, even though they're the higher seed, are actually going to have to hit the road. So a lot at stake in tonight's games. That's why later on in the evening we'll be providing, or hopefully providing, some scores. Flatteri gets away, trying to find something and can't do anything with it. Gets around 2-3 yards on the carry, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long again. Third down and 7. Flaherty drops back, runs with it again. Now he throws, and he's got his man. They finally complete one, but it might be coming back for a holding.
Yeah, we finally see some good communication between Flaherty and his receivers. I mean, they were just on the same page on that one. Good defense the whole way. The corner with him the entire way. Flaherty just gets the pass out on time. Very accurate ball. That's what they've got to continue to do in the passing game, with the exception of the penalty.
It's a nice catch right there by Davion Daniels, but it'll be coming back, and now it sets up 3rd down and 16. A screen over to Brady Hall. And Hall barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and the Rams defense once again forces a stop. It's Landon Marsters on the tackle. And a punt deep back in their own territory here for Charlotte.
Yeah, that's something I get furious with when I watch the Gators game. 3rd and long situation, they decide to throw a screen pass. I don't know how many times out of 10 that's going to get you a 1st down.
3rd down and 16, just such a conservative play.
I mean, it's I guess they're looking to gain yardage for the punt to make the punt a little easier.
Torian James catches it at the 50-yard line. The freshman, he's got speed, and he's taken down at the 35-yard line. A solid return by Torian James, a freshman who was a part of the undefeated freshman football team this season for the Rams. .9:26 to play here in the first half. Braxton Thomas back in at quarterback. Isaiah Belt the back. Thomas finds Jackson Wobtrowski, and he steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 7. On the ground they go to Isaiah Belt, and Belt picks up around 3 or 4 more yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Rams. Rams trying to add on to this lead. Only 2 touchdowns away from a running clock. Thomas in the shotgun. Belt trying to follow his blockers, but he is thrown down to the ground. In on the tackle, Damian Bloomfield.
You saw the Rams line up 2 plays in a row with no receivers on the right side and then run to that side. We've seen that utilized throughout the season.
The Rams will go for it. Thomas keeps on 4th down and 1, and Thomas gets the 1st down yardage and more. The Rams stay in that set. No wide receivers out to the right. It's Miller and Sinecor to the left. Rams trying to extend the lead to a 4-score game. Thomas, quarterback keeper, hit from behind. Tripped up from behind by Ty Shad. Second down and 7. Under 8 minutes to play here in half number 1, and early movement right there from Tashad. And Chad had just made the nice tackle from behind on Thomas and kind of negates that play.
Yeah, again, not only are they shooting themselves in the foot again, but inside the red zone. I mean, knowing this Riverview offense. Oh, well, there's a
And once
nice
again,
stop.
Paul Reineck in there. He helped out with Bloomfield on the first initial tackle of Isaiah Belt earlier on this drive.
But like as I was saying, knowing what this Riverview offense is capable of, red zone penalties are an absolute no-no. You've got to make them settle for a field goal.
Belt shaves off a tackler, dives to the end zone, and he's got the end zone. Isaiah Belt in for 6. The Rams running game continues to impress. It's their 3rd rushing touchdown of the day, and the Rams are piling it on. And Majestic Van Ingen out to attempt the extra point. And Majestic Van Ingen's going to run on the 2-point conversion, and she's thrown to the ground. Jamari Vaughn in on the stop.
We saw that trickery almost work last week. Van Ingen just inches away from the goal line, gets pulled down by the back of the jersey. But there, I mean,
not the same
it
case.
Looks
Vaughn
like,
read that pretty well.
It looks like their extra point unit was watching film. I mean, it's like they knew that was coming.
Well, the problem was is she went to the strong side that they were lined up. Probably could have had a better shot on the left, but the Rams nonetheless take a 27-0 lead, still halfway, or more than half the second quarter still to go here in quarter number 2, and the Rams have done exactly what they have needed to do tonight. That's get a solid win and do everything you can to try and secure home field advantage. Obviously, there's outside components playing in where you can't really control that, but the Rams have done their part, and that's all you can ask the Rams to do. Rams set to kick this one away. And this one going to be short and returned. It's returned by Luke Wadsworth. Wadsworth trying to find the outside and gets to the 40-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. And Logan Flatteri trots back out onto the field. Brown in motion. Hands it off to Brown, and Brown shaves off one tackler, shaves off another, but only able to pick up 2 yards on the carry. Second down and 8, approaching the halfway point in quarter number 2. The water break soon to come. Tarpons keep it on the ground, and the Tarpons go nowhere. Brought down after a gain of 1, and it brings up 3rd down and 6.
The Rams doing a great job of closing that edge. forcing the quarterback inside. And then once he cuts it up inside, there's nowhere to go.
Third down. Got a man open in Brady Hall, but he couldn't squeeze it in. The pass a little too high, and the Tarpons are forced to punt it. Terrion James back at the 20-yard line. And a flag.
A little premature contact there by number 4, Alibe Laventure, prior to the snap.
And now, again, the Tarpons, now it makes it 4th down and 2. Will they elect to send the offense back out there? And they will. They're going to do.
I would.
It looks like they're getting them ready. Why wouldn't you? You're down 27-0.
Yeah.
Playoffs on the line. You have nothing to lose. Punting you the football is not going to win you the game. And Alibe Laventure's mistake gives the Tarpons some life here on this drive to try and find something. And sometimes that's all you need in a game. We've seen crazier comebacks in 27-0 before. All you need is a little momentum going into halftime, cut the lead down to 20. And obviously you're not right back in the game, but it's in within striking distance. 4th down and a long one. Rams bring pressure. They dump it off to Wooten, and Wooten goes backwards. Luke Haskins throws him to the ground. He read that like a book.
Yeah, Luke Haskins running right through there like the defense was imaginary. I mean, no one even laid a hand on him. I'm not sure if anyone even looked at him on the offensive line.
First down and 10. Ball on the Tarpons' 44-yard line, and it's Jeremiah Dawson back out on there. DJ Johnson the back with him. Johnson over 100 yards tonight, 2 touchdowns. Can he have a first half hat trick? He's had a couple of the hat tricks this season. Had a big one against Manatee. It's a screen to Anthony Miller. Miller finally getting back into the action on the offensive side of the ball. And it's a solid gain of around 7 yards. Anthony Miller was used a lot in the first couple weeks, passing, throwing, or in the passing game and the receiving game. It's kind of quieted down. He still leads the team in receptions so far this season. That was number 24, the handoff to DJ Johnson. Bounce to the outside, and there he goes, and there that hat trick from DJ Johnson. Incredible. And hey, they keep feeding him the rock in the second half, and he might find that 1,500 yards the way he's running the football right now. Just a beautiful run. He's done it all year long. It's number 15 on the season.
Yeah, something we've seen consistently throughout the entirety of this season. DJ Johnson waiting for the play to develop and being extremely patient in the backfield. Bouncing outside, waiting for the gap. Once he finds it, shoots right up and finds the green. Finds the open space and just that burst of speed.
Oh, and a terrible snap. And it is fallen on. And it is 33-0. 4:40 to go here in half number one. And it is a snooze fest if you're a Charlotte fan tonight. Rams on top, 33-0. We'll be back after this short break. Nice little squib kick. I don't know if that was his intention. The return here by Wadsworth trying to cut upfield, but is taken down at the 25-yard line.
You see Danny, the kicker, in the back there, ready to make that tackle. I like that. You can see him ready to lower his shoulder. Looking like Pat McAfee out there.
Logan Flaherty back out on the field for the Tarpons. First down and 10, 4:32 remaining in the first half. Hands off up the middle. Oh my goodness. KJ Brown, a nasty hit, but a solid gain of around 5 yards on the first down carry. His best run of the night so far.
Penalty flag on the play, and we're going to have a legal substitution penalty against the Tarpons, so that'll back them up 5 yards. We'll replay first down. It'll be first and 15.
Man, it's like once they gain a little bit of yardage off a run play, they just negate it with a penalty. It's like they can't get those yards without costing themselves.
First down and 15. They'll do it over again. And some more pre-snap penalties from the Tarpons.
And that will be a false start on the offense.
So back it up 5 more yards. It'll bring up first down and 20. And nothing has gone right for the Tarpons tonight besides the interception from Palmer. Made it maybe, hey, we get a touchdown, get back into this, but quickly that was turned away, and it's been all Riverview here tonight. First down and 20, ball at their own 15-yard line. Flaherty in the shotgun. And they decide to run the football, and going nowhere is Levi Wooten.
Second down and 22.
And obviously, the offensive line and not being able to withstand the pressure from the front four of Riverview has obviously not made it easy, but you have to question the play calling in a sense here for Charlotte. Down 33, and it's even, earlier in the game, down 21. It's been a very run-heavy offense, and you have to do it over the air. Again, they go on the ground to Levi, and the tackle made right there by Kyler Stidd. Now, again, second down and 20, down 33, and you're running the football. If you're trying to kill the clock, that's not what I'm trying to figure out what it could be here, other than just not trusting your passing game at all. It has to be that.
It just shows total lack of confidence in their passing game, whether that's the receivers or the quarterback or both. The coach is just telling, or whoever's calling the plays is just saying, goodness, wide open receiver on the far side.
That was great pressure, though, by Luke Haskins to force the throw kind of low, and it will bring up 4th down and 22, and the Tarpons have no option but to once again send out their punter, Noah Wooten.
This is the player of the game right here for the Tarpons.
You got to say so. He's had a solid night today. Wooten gets it away. And Torian James lets it bounce. And it will go out of bounds and marked at the Riverview 43-yard line. So a very solid punt right there from Noah Wooten. And the Rams will take over and try and punch in another score and start the second half off with a running clock. Again, a lot of playoff stakes at the line here tonight. Charlotte still has a chance to make the playoffs even with the loss here tonight, but they're going to need some help. They need Lehigh to lose. They need Sarasota to lose. That's really the only way now for one of those teams to win. Their season is objectively now over after tonight. Rams will be awaiting other scores to kind of finalize what's going to happen in their playoff scenario. They're kind of locked into that 3 seed with the win here tonight, but again, it's are we going to be home? Because if they play Palmetto or Gulf Coast, they'll be home. However, if they draw Immokalee, they will have to go on the road.
Yeah, that the playoff picture.
Thomas over the middle, and it is incomplete.
The playoff picture can get a little confusing, when it starts getting in your head and you're thinking about all these teams and what you have to do to play who and the seeding and whatnot. At the simplistic way to look at playoffs is all you can do is win, right? So as long as you do your job, you got to control what you can control, and you can't worry about what the committee might think or what the committee might do and what all of that. You got to
a tad bit early there from Jamari Vaughn.
You've got to focus on your job, and what your job is for the Rams is winning, right? They just need to win. They don't need to focus on, for the players at least, who's going to play who, how many points they need to put up in order to get to what spot in the seeding and all that.
Thomas, the quarterback keeper. Thomas tripped up but picks up the first down. Trent Curlis on the tackle, but it's a first down for the Rams under 2 minutes to play here in half number 1. Thomas in the shotgun, Isaiah built the back, and a whistle and a timeout has been called by Charlotte. Their final timeout of the first half. We'll head to a quick commercial as the Tarpons call their final timeout of the half. Rams driving, trying to send this game to a running clock.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
And after the timeout, it's 1st down and 10 for Thomas and company. The handoff to Isaiah Belt, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Paul Reineck and Aaron Hurley in on the stop for the Tarpons. Brings up 2nd down and 10. And again, we've called Paul Reineck's name a lot tonight, one of the leading tacklers on the Charlotte defense, and he's been one of the few bright spots for this Tarpons team tonight. Quarterback designed run, and a nice job right there by Jamari Vaughn. Read the QB run perfectly, tripped him up, and met him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll keep it at 3rd down and long. Rams running tempo. Charlotte brings pressure. Can Thomas get away? Yes, he can. Thomas will try and use the legs for the 1st down. Oh, my goodness. Shake and bake, where are you going? Dior Evans lost in outer space on that play. And a 1st down for the Riverview Rams.
Isaiah Belt picking up the pressure in the backfield, setting a great block. I mean, that was a big boy coming at him. He just got right in there, creating time and space for Thomas to roll out of the pocket, finding some space. However, he came off the sideline, holding his shoulder a little weirdly. Hopefully there's no injury.
Thomas on 1st down, airs it out for Nick Senacore, and he's down at the 1. Nick Senacore cannot believe it.
Wow.
Nick Senacore, a transfer from Lakewood Ranch High School. A huge reception there, and has the Rams 1 yard away from possibly having a 40-point lead at the half. The handoff. Johnson, why not? Why not? Why not?
Why not? Just
Uno,
add one.
dos, tres, cuatro tonight for DJ Johnson.
Man.
DJ Johnson continues his not miraculous season, but just superb season.
And what a catch by Nick Senacore, getting them down there to the goal line. I mean, beating the corner, down the field. Slightly underthrown ball, back shoulder throw, comes back to the ball, finds it, makes a great catch with pressure in his face.
Daniel Freer on to attempt the extra point with Landon Marshers holding, and the kick is up and it is good.
And the extra point is good with 23.8 seconds to go here in half number 1. It is an absolute blowout. 40-0 your score. My goodness, if you came for a murder, then you're in the right place.
If you can recall, the Rams were marching down the field and threw an interception, so that could be, another 7 tacked on board. But again, what concentration by number 18, Nick Senacore, watching that pass all the way in. He had to come back and fight. He kind of caught it behind or to the side of the defender's back. Watching the ball all the way in, the hand-eye, and then coming down and securing it all the way down. Beautiful play by the senior transfer from Lakewood Ranch.
And this kick will go out of bounds, so Charlotte will start at the 35-yard line, and Tarpons will have a couple plays and maybe one shot at a Hail Mary, but with the lack of passing confidence that they've shown, I don't really believe that Flaherty is going to be able to get it down the field 45, 50 yards.
That kick was not intended to go out of bounds, but wound up doing so anyways. And the Rams get it at the 35.
First down, Flaherty in the shotgun. Quick hitter to Brady Hall on the outside.
See, that's what I was saying the Charlotte should have been doing the entire game, right? Quick
Dink
hitters.
and dunks, right? There's so many times that you're just like, oh my goodness, when you're watching your team play and it's, oh my goodness, dink and dunks. It's all, but when nothing else is working, dink and dunks is what you need.
Right. I mean, with this offensive line combined with this Riverview defensive line, you've got to get the ball out of your hand.
Like
you
lightning.
cannot afford to hold on.
And although it didn't work, that's exactly what you should be doing.
Right.
Now, it can't be to the outside every time, and obviously they're doing that because of time constraints. But
right, the same concept applies. And, I mean, hopefully going into the second half, they can adjust and see what they need to improve on, because they cannot afford to keep waiting and waiting and waiting in the pocket just to get sacked or scramble for 1 or 2 yards.
And they elect to run the ball, having no timeouts. And the clock will stop due to a first down, so 9.1 seconds. Chance for a Hail Mary. Why even throw a Hail Mary? What's the point?
If the quarterback can get it that far, I think, contrary to what we did in the Clearwater game, I suggest the Rams bring pressure and not prevent, because prevent prevents you from winning. But
that will not be needed. A very scrumptious first half for the Rams. They take a 40-0 lead over the Charlotte Tarpons.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Shirley's seventh album is Great, released in 1981, features a hit that's become a timeless classic. Our show continues with Don't Stop Believing. We Will Rock You, and the traditional melody Mac and Irish. Performing the drum dance is Mia Anderson. The 80s band Six composed around concert titled Kilroy Was Here. Featuring trumpet soloist Noah Thompson, we close the lead single from that album, Mr. Roboto.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com. Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com. Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
welcome back to the Ram Bowl, where it is an absolute blowout. The Rams on top, 40-0. A little magic full of abracadabra back and forth with DJ Johnson with 5 rushing touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, an offensive clinic in the first half for the Riverview offense. And at that, obviously, as we can see, the Riverview defense holding the Charlotte offense to 0 points in the first half. I mean, just complete dominance on both sides of the ball. The Rams offense receiving incredible field position almost every single drive. Actually, I take that back. Not every single drive. When there's a turnover on downs, I will say their punter has had an incredible game, giving the Tarpons as great a field position as they can.
He's been one of the only highlights so far.
But unfortunately, sometimes that's only at midfield. You know, I mean, he's punted out of his goal, out of his end zone twice, I think, at least. You know, the Tarpons are just not setting themselves up for success.
Only really 2 players that have had a I'm not going to say only 2 players that have had a positive impact, but really the only 2 players that have stood out has been the punter, Noah Wooten, and that's probably because he's been used so much, but he's had a couple nice punts. But then on the defensive side of the ball, Paul Reinick has had himself a really solid game.
Yeah, not only is the score 40-0 to nothing, not only is that a blowout in any game, but the Rams have been using some of their twos already in the first and second quarter of the game, and they're going to continue to do so here in the second half. So that's a 40-0 blowout in the first half with the use of backups.
Torian James was back there to receive it, but it does go out of bounds for a touchback, and the Rams will begin the second half up 40-0 with the ball at the 20-yard line, and we will have a continuous running clock throughout.
I'm going to ask you the question this time.
All right, hit me with it.
What plays do you think is coming?
Well,
first snap.
It's too early to kind of just run it
it's gonna
down.
Be a handoff, or you think it's going to be a play action pass over the middle?
I'm thinking we stay on the ground a little outside to the left side, carry. Let's see who the running back is. DJ Johnson, left side run for about 12 yards. And then later in the drive, we're going to see Jeremiah Dawson hit Christian Lietzau for a touchdown.
Okay, yeah. Christian Lietzau was missed in the first half. He was wide open. Was not seen, though, unfortunately.
And there's the run left side. No, it's a throw! Has Jackson Waptrowski! Couldn't predict that one!
We were both wrong.
Some Houdini action there from the Rams. Left the Tarpons defense flabbergasted, and it's a first down.
You know, I was thinking, okay, right, that's normal. Pitch to DJ Johnson, let him take the ball, right? How many times have we seen that? Over and over and over. Nothing out of the ordinary. I was not expecting to see that ball in the air. Out of the hand of DJ Johnson.
And a timeout called by Riverview. And, you know, you talked about what do you expect, and you mentioned, all right, well, it's too early to kind of just tone this game down, even though you got a running clock. Like, it's too early to just run the clock down. The clock's always going to be running. What do you got? And the Rams just straight trickery up their sleeve.
You know, I will say this is a perfect time for the Rams offense to utilize or practice plays they maybe do not use so often, right? Expand their passing game, try different things. Like we just saw, try the trickery. So when we get into the playoffs, they have practice in game executing those plays.
And did you notice DJ Johnson, the left-handed
I did
throw?
notice that. I was
Come on.
say,
I mean, that's just disrespectful. I mean, like, if I'm the Charlotte defense, I'm taking that personally.
One-on-one matchup on the far side.
No high safety. Dawson in the shotgun.
No safety help.
It's to Miller. It's going to be a double pass. Miller throws it to Julius Edwards, and it is knocked down. That's the second time they've tried to get it in there to Edwards. They're trying to get another big man in the end zone. They found Big Al last week on the two-point conversion. But Julius Edwards, he had the one in the first half, but just was overthrown by Dawson. brings up 2nd down and 10 on the Tarpons 27-yard line.
You know, at this rate, I say if the Rams get to the goal line, you know, they have Van Ingen line up for, you know, an out route or, you know, just get her the ball in the end zone. Just a little dump off.
Have we ever seen that? I'm sure it's happened, but
a
girl kicker touchdown? I mean, come on. Talk about some storybook right there.
Rams might as well make history tonight while they're at it.
Jeremiah Dawson on 3rd down and around 5. The handoff. Isaiah Bell stays on his feet. Tiptoes. And is he in? He is. My goodness. The tiptoe drill to perfection. His 2nd of the game. And the Rams continue to pour it on.
Look at the balance by Isaiah Bell. I mean, something so prominent in both of the running games by both backs. The footwork is incredible, right? We see quick feet. We see accurate feet, right? I mean, no, we don't see them trip ever. We see quick and agile feet every single run. And they're, I mean, just emphasizing
and Van Ingen
footwork that they bring to the table.
It was a ridiculous tightrope right there. I mean, just tightrope down the sideline, and the Rams have themselves a 47-0 lead. The clock continues to tick down here tonight. I mean, kids, cover your eyes. We got a murder on television.
We've witnessed a crime scene. Well, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, right? We've seen what can happen entering the 4th quarter with a big lead. No assumptions in sports.
47-0. I think we're safe tonight. I think Charlotte and Clearwater are much different teams. Venice is playing Clearwater tonight. That should be a very good matchup. We'll see if we can get a score in that game. That game also has some playoff implications for Venice. The return taken past the 20-yard line, and that's where the Tarpons will begin their next drive. And as the update, just a couple of minutes ago, Clearwater International, who was down 21-7, have now made it 21-21 in the 3rd quarter in that game. So a score to keep your eyes out on there, down at Venice High School. Clearwater and Venice head-to-head and playing toe-to-toe. And if there's any doubt that this Riverview team can compete with Venice, should be taken away, because Riverview should have beat Clearwater, and Clearwater's right there on the road against Venice, hanging in there. This Rams team can do it, but you can't have face masks like you have right there.
The play is going to be against the Rams. It'll be a face mask, so that will move the ball to about the 34-yard line, and that'll give the Tarpons the first down.
Yeah, the thing about the Rams having self-inflicted wounds in this game, the Tarpons are just canceling it out every time it happens, right? We've seen 2 unsportsmanlikes for 15 yards offset. And every time the Rams move back 5 yards, the Tarpons move back 5 yards in the next few plays.
Looks like number 22, Pregame shoved him out of bounds. We're up 2nd down, it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd down and 11 coming up here. The Tarpons still struggling to find any bright spots on the offensive side of the ball, especially on the running side of the ball. You've seen Levi Wooten try and run the ball a couple times tonight. It just has not gone their way. Kayvon Love with the pressure. Flaherty escapes, and he's got a ton of green grass in front of him. Cuts up the field, and the ball is coughed up, and the Rams fall right on it. Flaherty got it knocked away, and the Rams defense has it. Oliver Hunter on senior night recovers the fumble, and the Rams will take over with 5:31 to go in quarter number 3. It's the Rams all over the Tarpons, 47-0. First down and 10 for the Rams. It's Jeremiah Dawson in at quarterback. Dawson on the handoff to Brandon King. And King, a solid gain, puts the shoulder down and gets to around the 43-yard line to bring up second down and short.
One thing about this Riverview offense is that they are deep in almost every position on the offense, right? I mean, a quarterback, Braxton Thomas, goes down. You got Jeremiah Dawson right there to back him. Then you got Anthony Miller to come in. A running back goes down. You got one of the two. Receiver goes down. You've got tons of receivers that can come in and fill the shoes of whoever just came out. I mean, they've got depth. They've got speed in that depth. They've just got talent all around.
Hands it off once again to Jackson Wojciechowski. Falls his blockers and is tackled out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Another first down for the Rams as they continue to trot down the field, trying to put up another 50-burger on the season. Three times in a row, and this time they read it perfectly.
Yeah, I think it would have been smart there for Dawson to keep that one and roll out to the right side. Had two blockers down the field, a lot of open space.
Paul Reisinek on the stop, and it brings up second down and 11. Handoff to Belt.
Going to be a holding penalty against the Rams. They'll back them up 10 yards. They'll replay second down. Move the ball back to the Tarpons 42. Second and 20.
Second down and 10. Dawson over the middle, and he's got his man. Richard Nguyen on the reception.
There's that play again. Play action pass, dump off to the tight end over the middle. Works every single time.
Dawson gives to Isaiah Belt. A flag does come out, so Isaiah Belt's touchdown is going to come back.
Penalty at the end of this one.
And some words being exchanged there by Jamari Vaughn and Richard Newen, and I can only imagine what type of trash talk you're talking. Down 47. I just wonder how that's credible in any way.
I mean, maybe he's trying to take advantage of, I don't know, the second and third strings that are in the game to make them, you know, I mean, at this point, I don't know.
It is
Maybe it's
a
out of
holding.
insecurity. I would assume.
It'll be first down and 20. Isaiah Belt almost had a hat trick, but got taken away due to the holding penalty. Dawson, the quarterback keeper, ran it for a touchdown last week, following his blockers effectively, and Dawson still on his feet and picks up the first down.
Look at the big boy move.
22-yard run by Jeremiah Dawson.
We love to see it. Yeah, like you said, the last play of the game last week, Dawson keeping the ball, play action, an option, keeping the ball, taking it to the right side, wide open hole, I mean, just trots into the end zone. We don't really see too much movement out of Jeremiah Dawson. You know, a bigger quarterback, not the most mobile, able to get the job done for sure, like we just saw.
He's shown it these past 2 weeks.
But, you know, we love, it's always awesome to see the change, the switch in, you know, the mix-up of the playbook, getting Jeremiah Dawson a running play and him picking up a chunk gain.
And that sends us to the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up after a short break. And as we begin the fourth quarter, want to thank our sponsors, Chick-fil-A, Pelican Plaza, First Watch, New Concept Construction, Eco Clear, Melissa Webtrowski, Realtor McDonald Webtrowski Group, HCA, Florida Sarasota Doctors Hospital. Thank you for your support of the Riverview Rams football. Fourth quarter action coming up. Rams added 7 more in that quick quarter number 3. Dawson remains in the game, Belt the back. Dawson gives it to Brandon King, and Brandon King is in the end zone for the first time this season. Talk about a nice way to go out on senior night. Brandon King gets in the end zone for his first of the year, and the Rams have another 50-piece.
Attaboy. Yeah, Brandon King's got some speed. That was about the 4th or 5th sweep we've seen in these last 2 drives.
The extra point is good. clock continues to wind down here at the Ramble again on a running clock. Have been on a running clock the entire second half, and some good momentum for Riverview to take into the playoffs next week. Again, their opponent still subject to a variety of teams. Immokalee, Gulf Coast, Naples. You also have the possibility of a rematch with Palmetto. And, again, the possibility of the rematch against Palmetto, a game that Riverview won 52-42 earlier this season, and is always a fun game every year. That's my hope. I really would love to see those two teams get back on the field. Rivalry games are always fun. Rivalry games in the playoffs are even more fun. We saw it last year. Riverview in the second round had to play their rival Sarasota again after clawing out a 14-0 victory, and were able to win by an even more commanding margin. They won 28-0. Hands off, and it's the same result as it's been all night. Hands off went to Zane Sosa. A long night for the Tarpons, who are the 8th seed coming into this one. Brown win in motion. Flaherty keeps, and Flaherty is tripped up from behind. Lincoln State's on the stop, brings up 3rd down and long.
You know, I feel bad for Flaherty. I mean, I was saying at the beginning of the game, this game is going to be the test of whether, you know, he can play under pressure, he can step up when he needs to. But to be honest, I don't know if he's gotten a fair chance to showcase what exactly he can do.
They have not let him air the football out at all. Timeout called by Charlotte. 7:36 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's all Riverview at the Ramble tonight. They lead 54-0 over the Tarpons. Screen and brought down to the ground. A nice tackle right there from Josiah Williams. Running after Walton like he runs after breakfast in the morning. 4th down coming up for the Tarpons. And on 4th down, the handoff, and they pick up the 1st down, spinning off one, and brings him down to the ground.
Now I think you're going to start to see the effect of the players that don't have so much game experience. Like we just saw 2 missed tackles back to back. So the Tarpons, might put one up here towards the end of the game.
And they finally let him take a shot down the field, and it is knocked away, incomplete. Braden Hall in on the stop. That's great defense and puts the straps on him.
Fastening that seatbelt at the end of that play. Great defense there with the receiver the entire way. Jump ball in the air. No one comes down with it, which is the goal of the DB. So job well done there by Braden Hall.
And we are at a water break, 5:55 to go. And the playoff rankings and schedule will come out on Sunday at 10:30. Obviously, we're going to have a much more painted picture of what it could look like after tonight's games, obviously, and once those all go final. But, again, we mentioned Clearwater and Venice hanging in there and could possibly set up a date with Venice in round 2. And right now in the Clearwater International Venice game, Clearwater has the lead over Venice 28-27. Something to keep your eyes out on there. Now it is a possibility that Venice remains the one. However, I'm not exactly sure how the FHSAA kind of does their ranking system. However, with how rankings have looked in the past, it could very well be Manatee, who Riverview beat just a few weeks back, 21-14, due to having the better overall record, who actually ends up as the 1 seed and would host the playoffs all throughout.
Yeah, the Rims hoping to encounter Venice in the 3rd round of the playoffs, as, I think we can confidently say that is their biggest opponent, their most difficult opponent.
But listen, if that game over there down at Palace Stadium tonight tells you anything, it's that Riverview can beat Venice. There's no doubt that Riverview has the team this year to beat Venice because they should have beat Clearwater. There's no doubt. Obviously, you can talk about that game for hours on hours on hour as Flaherty has the man down the field. A flag comes out and he still makes the grab. Brady Hall gets his feet in, and they are inside the 10-yard line. But again, Riverview has the team to beat Venice. I can't stress it enough. Venice, Riverview round 2. Josh Smithers, the head coach of the Rams, was talking about it. Everybody on that field wants another game versus them, and they're going to get them.
Yeah, no doubt that this Riverview football team can beat Venice. Absolutely no doubt. But given the tension between the two teams and that Venice has home field advantage, they want to win more than anybody, right? They want to win just as bad as Riverview does. So the fact that, statistically and on paper, Riverview should have beat and can beat Clearwater, I feel like Clearwater beating Venice tonight doesn't necessarily mean that Riverview will beat Venice, or because that is an emotional game, right? When you get to especially round 3, a rivalry like that rivalry has been a rivalry since rivalries were rivalries.
You know what? Right? I think that these players, though, are going to kind of look at that game because regardless of if Venice wins or not, obviously it's a 1-point game right now in Clearwater's favor. Regardless of the fact of who wins the football game, it's the fact of, listen, Venice and Clearwater played toe-to-toe. We played toe-to-toe with Clearwater. We can do the exact same thing. And a flag comes out in the back of the end zone. And you have to think that that gives the sideline, who was completely demoralized a short 2-3 weeks ago against Clearwater, some rejuvenated hope. Hey, we're right there. We're right there.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. However, we are humans, right? So at the end of the day, that game comes down to who wants it more, right? Both teams have talent. Both teams can beat the other team. But that game comes down to who wants it more.
And you have to
given
play,
the tension
and you have to play a
stake.
disciplined 48 minutes.
Exactly.
You almost did it versus Clearwater, and if you did it the whole way, then you win the game. You've got to play disciplined 48 against Venice if you do see them later on in the FHSAA playoffs.
Yeah, if we learned anything, it's not to celebrate until it's over.
And Flaherty in the end zone for a touchdown. Charlotte finds some points at the end of this game. They trim the lead all the way to 48. Again, we talked about it at the open. Had 3 rushing touchdowns coming into this one. That is number 4 on the season, but not one to get overly excited about as the clock continues to wind down here at the Ram Bowl. 54-6 extra points upcoming.
Moving on to attempt the extra point.
And an offside on the Rams.
Looks to be an encroachment penalty against the Rams, so they will.
Well, the clock keeps ticking.
Yes, it does. It's done it all half. Twice this season that the Rams have put a team in a running clock for the entire second half. Now the clock goes and stops.
It's back running.
We've seen a few clock issues in our time this season so far.
That we have.
And they're going to fake it. Flaherty does. Oh, my goodness. What a hit right there by Khalil Thomas. Lit him up like a firework on the 4th of July.
Wow.
Number 33, Khalil.
I mean, you could see that number 10, right, who the pass was, or the almost pass was going to be intended for, was double teamed in the corner. He was going to run that, right? He saw, okay, I don't have a throw. I'm going to run that. You know he's going to lower his shoulder, right? They're about to meet each other exactly at the goal line, right? He's going to try to reach that ball over the pylon. Two shoulders are going to be lowered. You knew that was about to be a physical encounter right there. That it was. My goodness, what a heel. I mean, what a hit, excuse me.
And that wraps up the 2023 regular season. The Rams go to 6-4 on the year, ending the year on a 3-game winning streak, and have done everything they can to make sure that they are hosting an FHSAA home playoff game this time next week. The Rams defeat the Tarpons 54-6. There's a possibility that we will be live next week if the game is at home. However, if the Rams do have to travel down to Immokalee, there will not be a stream as the Rams will be on the road. So that might wrap it up for the season. On behalf of Jonathan Morelli, I'm Addison Resco. Have yourself a great night and go Rams.